Hello everybody, I'm going to go through the updates that I recently made. I've added a character which name is Hoardor. Hoardor is a streamer that helped me along the way, so I wanted to add him to the game as a tribute, and I know he likes to break the game and he also likes chain lightning. However, to balance some things up, he can't just get the perk of getting chain lightning. I lowered the damage to 7 instead of 10. Now, I'm going to try to break the game while I explain all the updates to you. And I'm going with the Stargazer. So I fixed the mountains that seals off the environment or the level. And the camera does not go into the mountains anymore, and enemies should not spawn into them. I also changed the lighting to the scenes, so there's now 4 different presets. It's dawn, dusk, day, and night. And night is the preset that you've all seen before, but I did another change to that, and that is the fog in that environment that was a little bit too bright when the fog density was high. Kind of felt like you got a flashbang in your face sometimes when the density was high. So I lowered that setting to be more nice to your eyes. I also added another tribute to the game, and that is an item. And the item is the bracers, which gives luck, and that's another streamer or a YouTuber actually that helped me giving some feedback. It's now added to the credits, and the description of the item is updated. So the bracers is now called Lucky's Lucky Bracers, and the streamer's name is LuckyNumberChris. There's also some additional references to his name in the description of the item. So we'll see if we get that item or not. I also fixed the scaling of the projectile, so it scales. If you do more damage, the projectile gets bigger. So if I charge this one, you can see that the projectile is a little bit bigger, but there's also a cap on how large it can be. That's why I initially removed it, because when you got overpowered and got a lot of damage, the projectiles got too big, so you couldn't really see what you did. So I just put a cap on that and brought it back that it skates, so it feels better when you charge it. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last update, but I also made it so that the charge is faster. So now it feels more rewarding to use it. It charges twice as fast. So before it charged as fast as your attack speed, which really didn't give much benefit. But now the benefit is that you will do twice the damage if you charge it for as long as before. So it should be a little bit more rewarding to use it. I don't think I did much more. Oh yeah, I did. I actually fixed some things with the shadows as well. So before, the shadows was a little bit weird on the trees when you moved. So it felt like the shadows moved depending on where the character were rather than where the sun was. So now I fixed that, and the shadow should feel a little bit better in distance. Okay, so how does this build go? We'll see, but I kind of have a good feeling of this, so I really want to see if I can get some effects. My portals is actually having double effects now, so that's good. So I should be sure to put some portals out. A jump, that's good and all. So if you jump, you get area around you that applies a random area of affect enemies in their range. It also does some damage. That's good if you like to jump a lot. I'm not a fan of it. I like to counter more, but you can combine it, of course. Oh, regarding the counters, I also did a fix on that. Sometimes when you did a counter, you could fall through the ground. That was not very pleasant. But I also did another change, and that is the boulders that enemies kept on spawning into. They are still here, but they don't spawn over other objects, or at least should not do. And also what happened before was if you countered on a rock before, you actually fell through it and down to the terrain ground. But I changed that so you can now counter on rocks as well and stay on top of the rock anyways. So let's see if I can counter these guys away. Went fairly well. Reach, good. As you can see now, my projectiles is now bigger. I believe I reached the cap now, so that's as big as they get. So effectful, but not too disturbing. And as you might have seen there, there was another message, and that is if you kill 500 enemies, I stop dropping items on the ground and give them to the player directly. And there's two reasons for that. One is that when you go with the game break, it really messed up with the performance, having like 1,000 drops lying around, and also sometimes you could not pick them up when the performance started being bad. So I felt as it's better just to give the upgrade directly to the player instead of dropping it and just letting it lie around there. So we'll see here now. I don't want to lose the combo. Let's see if I can move around it. So the FPS is still stable. Right now at 50 FPS, so it's starting to drop a little bit. Let's hope that I do the gentleman's break and the performance break does not kick in instead. And as you all understand, this is a beta or a playtest. So there's still a lot of things to do to make the game better. I got a ridiculous amount of bigger boosts now. As you can see, my areas on the projectiles is very big. So it kind of starts to be hard to see what I'm doing. So maybe I will put the cap on the areas, but I don't really want to do that. I want you to go with power, so maybe I'll just lower the alpha or the transparency of them so they don't overlap, or if they overlap we will reduce the transparency so they don't add up and obscure your vision. I think I'm getting close of doing the gentleman's break now. Yes, I got a combo there. So I really don't know which ones I have left, but perhaps enemies spawned or maybe enemies killed, but I think that them enemies killed should be fine. Regarding the updates, I should have fixed the map. Let's see if that works actually. The colors of the Yeah, the colors of the crystals. As you can see, the colors of the crystals is now in the map as well. So that's fixed as well. So there are quite a bit of updates that I did this time. So I hope you try them out and enjoy the game. But I can see now that I need to do some additional fixes on the, especially on the aura part, since since when you shoot so fast, when you get overpowered, you can't see much what you do. But I don't know. Maybe that's kind of the charm in it, I guess. Maybe we should just put a hard cap on the fire rate. I do have that now actually, but maybe I should lower it so it's not this fast. It's still a little bit too excessive, in my opinion. But whatever, tell me what you think in the comments. At this point, I'm so overpowered that I would probably win anyway. So I really don't know if it's an issue, or if you wanted to look this overpowered. I mean, you can still see what you do. It's more of the projectile size that I probably should fix, because the projectile size is actually the problem with you not seeing. If I'm inside the aura, I can still see, but yeah, maybe just reduce it a little bit, the alpha. So as you can see, I triggered the break, and that was not the hardware break, it was the actual conditional break. So I'm happy that went according to plan. But I'm still greedy, so I want the upgrades. And also, if you would like, give me some feedback on how the enemy cap works. As I said, I capped the enemy count to be a maximum of 250 in the scene at the same time to increase performance. So I believe this is the first time in history that Hoardor broke the game. Thank you very much, everybody, for supporting the project, and hit me with the feedback you've got, and keep on playing, streaming, doing reviews of Master of Chaos. Thank you, thank you, thank you.